Believe it or not, it's just me. Good morning, everyone. It's Laura T at Dream Deals 123 on eBay, and I'm the Silver Owl Thrifter on YouTube. And for those of you who maybe didn't see my makeover video, I got my hair dyed. When I was visiting my son in Missouri, we were going thrifting, and there was this new little shop that we saw, and it was called Curl Up and Dye, which D-Y-E, which was just, I thought, a wonderful name for a salon. And I couldn't get it out of my mind. And while I was there, I was like, you know what? I've thought about it off and on. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to dye my hair back to my natural color. And it went prematurely gray at 40, and I'm 65 now. And I recently lost a lot of weight within the last 5 years, and I've just never, I don't know, I feel like seen myself at my goal weight with brown hair for my whole life, maybe when I was really, really young. But, and it feels good. I'm really glad I did it. Really glad I did it. Now, we are going to talk about some eBay and then a bunch of other stuff. Today is the 4th, exactly 4 months since my husband passed away from a sudden, unexpected heart attack. So I'll talk a little bit about how I'm dealing with that. While I was gone, it just never ends, does it? It's always something. Were any of you around for Rosanna Dana on Saturday Night Live? Was she on Saturday Night Live, or was she on Ronan Martin's Laugh-In? Ronan Martin's Laugh-In was a long time ago. You remember Ronan Martin? Anyway, she used to say, it's always something. It certainly is. Anyways, the something was a massive mold problem at our house while I was gone. I'll talk to you about that after we go over what sold. I put everything on, I just closed my store while I was gone. Usually when I'm on a vacation, I will, let people buy stuff and then ship it all when I get home. But I was gone for such a long time, and I didn't want to deal with questions with anything. So didn't make any sales last month. But as soon as I put it back on a couple of days ago, I have made in the last, overnight I made $99, which is really great. I'm really excited about that. And then, even though my sale had run out, usually I'm always running a sale, and it stopped while I was on vacation and I didn't renew it. I usually always renew it, but this time I didn't, and I still made another like $100. So I've made a couple $100 just over a couple of days, so that's nice. Keep it going, keep it going. So let's talk about what did sell. I sold this Altered State, which is a very high-end brand. I think it's Anthropologie, and this sold for $24. I paid $3, and I made $12 on this. And Altered State, I was going to say, their little like shirts and stuff, even some of their sweaters, you got to get them at a low price. This, I just thought, I think I saw some of these, I ran it through, and some of them had sold. Looks like it's very boxy. It's a large. It's very cute. So, something more substantial with a graphic from Altered State, like that sold for $24, and that includes the shipping. So what I'm trying to say is Altered State is not as great as it used to. Here is Eddie Bauer shirt, men's, medium, green, chamois. That's that kind of felty, velvety, what's the word? Just a kind of a soft fabric. That's not a good way to describe it, but chamois. Heavy cotton, relaxed fit, button down. Remember, button down is when the button's here. Button up is when you have the buttons here, but the no little buttons here. And this sold for $33 with shipping. Well, it sold for $22 plus shipping, $33 all in. I paid $5 for it, and I made $17 on that. And this item sold, all of these have been listed in the last couple of months too. So this is a vintage Gotcha Covered blue denim woman's duster coat. These are these long kind of coats that open up in front. Duster coat, small, coastal cowgirl, good keywords. USA, made in USA. They're cute, size small, and there's the name. It looks a little vintagey. Do I have it? Yeah, this is vintage. So that sold for $42, 31 plus shipping, and there's tax and stuff. So I made, and I paid only paid $1 for this. I made $30 on this. So I made a 99 gross and 59 net. So not bad. Now, well, let's first talk about my hair, just a little bit. I liked my salt and pepper gray hair, and I didn't really think I would ever dye it because I was always kind of like, oh, you gotta then keep going after it, and the roots gray out, and it gray out, and they do gray out, don't they? And I just didn't know if I wanted to deal with the expense or the time-consuming stuff. But I thought, well, I looked on Amazon, they got that little stuff where you can treat the roots, and I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna just give it a try. And I'm really glad I did. And my kids had always been kind of like, Mom, what, you ever thought about dyeing your hair? My husband, when he was alive, he never, was like, dye your hair or anything like that. He just loved me just the way I was. But I know he would be really thrilled and would think that this was really great too. So now my name is Silver Owl Thrifter, which was kind of always a nod to my silver hair in a way, but I think I'll keep the name. What do you think? I mean, I could go Wise Owl Thrifter, but Silver Owl is just a type of owl too, and it can denote maybe being a little older and wisdom, silver years. So probably just keep it. I don't think people will be like, why is she the Silver Owl Thrifter? Nobody will care. So that's enough about my hair. Now let's talk about been 4 months since my husband passed away. I'm doing okay. When you see me on here, I'm of course feeling good, and I don't do these when I'm sad and depressed, but it still definitely comes in waves, and now we're faced with this kind of problem I'll talk about in a minute, where I could get quite emotional, but I'm doing okay. I had a really great visit with my son, really a needed visit for us to have some good time together. And he has such a lovely place out there, right on a river. He's got all these wonderful dogs and cats that are, it's like a therapy animal bonanza or something out there. Everywhere you go, there's just a nice cat that wants to cuddle with you, or a dog that wants to wag his tail and come up to you. And it was just very nice. And he's doing great things out there, starting his jiu-jitsu outlet company. He plans to be the next Nike, the Nike of jiu-jitsu. And he's really doing well. So that's really good to see. It makes your mother's heart very happy. So I'm doing okay. Well, I'll tell you what happened that is kind of very stressful, actually. So about a week into my stay there, my daughter calls me and says, Mom, I keep finding mold on things around the house. And I was like, mold? Well, just clean it up. She goes like, Mom, it's everywhere. And she's made me videos, and it was on like my back scratcher and books and letters and walls in just various weird places. And we tried to figure out what was going on. And well, we live on a lake, so maybe there's a lot of moisture here. We had been letting the cats in and out. They were trying to think of like what changed to cause this mold. And my son-in-law, who knows everything about everything, brought his moisture detector and couldn't find any like leaks or water leaks or anything in the house. So we tried to like solve this mystery of why this was happening. And the only thing we could think of, I think this is it, we were letting the cats in and out on the screen porch lately, and we just kind of would open the door and close the door and open the door and close the door because we wanted to keep the air conditioning in and the heat out, but yet let the cats in and out. We kind of had it cracked, so sometimes they would open it and be open for a long time, and lots of really hot, humid air would come in, and then it would be met with cold air conditioning air. And I think when moisture meets heat and dampness, or heat meets dampness, it causes mold. That's the only thing we can talk about. So we said, okay, no more letting the cats out, only like let them in and out, but close the door. No more like just letting the door be open for long periods. And we bought dehumidifiers, little dehumidifiers for every room. And the other thing we had done was my daughter's room didn't have air conditioning on the addition to the house over here. So we bought a big air conditioner, and it was worked really well. It was blasting cold air. And that was right where the cats were coming in and out. Although there's like no mold in her room. It was really weird. It was like there was in my bathroom, because she didn't really want to go in my bathroom because it was too stressful for her, because that's where my husband died, and she just kind of has been avoiding my bathroom. So she said, Mom, I do the house, but I can't go in the bathroom. And I said, no problem. So when I got back, I just lifted the toilet seat up, and there's just like a flowering of green mold on it. It was just so weird, but nowhere else. It's very frustrating, but it was in stuff like my husband's letters and stuff. I haven't gone through them all, but and his books and stuff. So it was really freaking my daughter out that she had to when somebody dies, sometimes I know I'm avoiding looking at all our family pictures. It's just too sad and emotional for me. I look at, we have one on our fridge of him and everything, but it's very hard for me to look at those pictures of him and my daughter too. So it's like, okay, so what do we do with this box? Does it have mold? Do we throw out all his letters, all his photos? Hopefully it won't have gotten there, but she couldn't go through that. So I'm going to start going through that stuff today. Yesterday we were, it's just going to be, I think we've got all the mold gone, but now it's just a matter of making sure it doesn't come back. And my neighbor Mac, who is another kind of guy who knows about everything, he was a builder and everything, he had a moisture meter, and he gave it to me to kind of bring to the house to check the moisture, and it still says it's yesterday it was 69% moisture, which is still high, and today it was 79%. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's the same kind of weather. We've got the humidifiers running like crazy, and you can see that there's water being put into them, so there is plenty of moisture everywhere in the air. I just don't know why. I asked Mac, who's lived on this lake for 40 years, if this is some kind of lake thing, but that wouldn't really make sense too, because I don't know. But he said there's definitely more moisture on the lake, and he runs dehumidifiers in his basement. I've done that too. But the way this house is situated too, it's kind of at a bottom of a hill with, I don't know. I'm just at my wit's end about it. So anybody ever had this kind of problem? Any suggestions? I don't know if it's mold or mildew. It doesn't look like black mold. It's kind of green dusting mildew, I think. So we haven't had any breathing or health issues or anything. So, well, what else is new? Well, next week I'm going to go to my dad's memorial service. My dad passed away on August 1st. And, I wanted to say, traveling to my son's I was a little nervous about traveling alone, kind of because I'm mobility impaired, but I asked them for wheelchair service, and that was great. I'm honestly, at the airports, if you have a bad back or bad leg or something, ask for the wheelchair service, because it's very, very helpful. So no incidents, no problems traveling back. I drove out there with my son's wife, and we were giving them one of our cars because they really needed one, and we don't really need 2 cars right now. And then I flew back, and it was a long day, but it was easy. It wasn't a problem. So going to my dad's memorial, again, traveling alone, so I'm not too worried about that. And then when I get back, I am going to, I might have one more little trip. Some of the ladies that I play cards with are going to the beach, and they have a beach house. I think I'm going to go do that, although to tell you the truth, part of me is just like, I just want to do nothing for a while. So I'm still thinking about that, but part of me is also like, that would be really nice, a free trip to the beach. So I think I'm pretty much going to go. I think it's just for a few days. It's the Outer Banks. I've never been there. I've heard it's beautiful. Yelchin and I had been planning to go, so I think I'll go. And then, no travel. My sister's son is getting married in March, so that would be probably the next time I travel, if I do this. I am thinking of doing, well, I want to talk about other stuff than eBay. And I'm thinking of, I don't know if I should just incorporate it into these videos or if I should have a separate channel. I know some people do it, like Thrift to Life has a book channel that's completely different than his eBay channel. And what my channel, I think, is going to be about reading all my family letters and talking about them. Because I have so many really interesting family letters, like my great-grandfather dying of tuberculosis in Calgary, Alberta sanatorium, writing his letters to his wife with 5 children, trying to help her keep their real estate going and everything. And they're just wonderful, beautiful letters. And then I have letters from my husband's mother when from the 1960s, when she moved to Turkey as a young woman, and just writing back to her mother about all the stuff going on in Turkey and how she was dealing with it. And I just think that would be very interesting historically. And I just have, my own family letters. I was reading a couple to my son and his wife, and they were like, this is just amazing stuff. It's like a movie, and I was thinking it would be interesting to have for all future generations of my family to see these letters. And I also want to save them and probably scan them and maybe put them on one of them. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with them. Some of the family letters are very personal, so I don't know how much, I don't know where to go with it exactly. I don't want to put anything out there that somebody doesn't want known, if you know what I mean. But I think they're all just very interesting letters, and I'll just edit as I go. But I'm just wondering if I think I'm going to probably go with a separate channel. And I also want to, I want to talk about, I probably on those channels, I just talk about everything too. Well, I hope this hasn't been too off the topic. With this mold problem, really have to take care of it. So I am not going to go out thrifting until this is done, until we get this house the way it needs to be. And so I'm just selling stuff on eBay. So if I have some sales, I'll come back, but probably not every day for a while. So, but it's good to be back, and tell me what you think. Did anybody not know I had dyed my hair? Is this a surprise to anybody? Because I put videos up that were like just talking about this, and even though they're on this channel, I don't know if necessarily everybody saw it. Anyways, like and subscribe. Got my first YouTube payout last month, which was very nice. Just $100 for 4 years of being on here. Finally got a payout. But yeah, it was nice. It's nice. So I'm gonna try to make some money doing that too. Anyways, I will talk to you. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.